Hi, I'm Euge Valovirta, and this one is about legendary tones Mr. Scary Mod into MARSHALL JCM2000 TSL and how it compares with MARSHALL JCM800 2203 from 85, aka the little brother, there's no mods, and into JCM800 2203X. And this has a Lynch Mod in, which is the same like this. Nowadays they just call this Mr. Scary Mod. So first, let's compare these without the mod and see what they sound like, what do we think about them, and then I'll put the mod on. Let's start with the original 800 from 85. And all of these amps has a super overdrive in front. So the signal chain is my ESP M1 customized heavily. I'll do a video about this in due time. Into pedal board, and I have SD1 on, and after that the 14 Zool noise gate to get rid of the hiss. Then it goes to KHE Audio Electronics amp switcher. Then it goes into the amps, back to KHE, from KHE to my Marshall 9060 vintage cabinet with the original, V30s, the Marshall vintage speakers. And I'm miking that with a Sennheiser E906 and MD421. Then the signal goes to Warm Audio's WA412 mic pre, then into Logic, and that's it. So, first the 800 from 85, SD1 in front, like I said, sounds like this. Then into 2303X with the Lynch Mod. Okay, and then the TSL. No Mr. Scary Mod yet. Crunch channel boosted with SD. Then all amps without super overdrive. Like here, they sound pretty close. The crunch channel is kind of like JCM800. To me, it's a little bit kind of not smaller, but it doesn't feel as dangerous or uncontrollable, untamable lion or something like 800s. So let's see, can we improve that with the Mr. Scary Mod? Not gain, I don't need any more gain, but to just add more juice, more everything. Okay, I turn the head, and what you do, you put it to the V3 slot. On 800s you put it to V2 slot, because on 800s the V1 is the preamp gain, the V2 is the preamp kind of drives tone, and the third tube is the phase inverter. Here the two first ones are the preamp gain, and this is the third tube is kind of like what is the second tube on 800, so it kind of drives the tone stack. you know, further down the stream. And then this is the phase inverter. So we're gonna, they're still a bit hot, so we're gonna take the third one off. Let's put it here. And then you can buy these pieces, these kind of extension pieces from Legendary Tones, for example, to use with TSL, because the tubes, as you see, are inside the cavity. So we put this on. Damn, the power tubes are hot. And then the ground, let's put the ground on here. Okay, now it's on. And I'm gonna turn the head, put the cables on, and let's see. And after that, I'm gonna turn it around. So we're gonna tweak with these two. But now let's use the settings I had, and let's see what this does. It's on, and it's set like the gain is 9 o'clock, and the bass cut is off, so I'm not cutting any low end. Now, again, let's start with the 85800 with SD1 now. Then the reissue. With the Lynch Mod, and then the 2000 with the Mr. Scary Mod. Well, there's definitely more everything. Okay, let's dial at least the volume back a bit, because now there's extra preamp tube, so there's cascading gain, so the volume, the signal is harder from preamp to power amp than what it was. So the power tubes are almost like distorting a bit too much to my taste. So the volume was on 6, now it's on 4. Let's compare to the reissue. Okay, now about same level, the power tube breakup, so it's now 4. So I reduced the volume from 6 to 4. You don't have to drive the power amp tubes with the master that much to get the... There was a slight difference in volume, but to me it was mostly the power tube. So cool. So you can get your power tube mojo easier, because the mod makes everything hotter. Feel there's quite a bit of gain now also. Yeah, see, so I back it to 5, it kind of opens. The reissue. I'm switching back and forth between the reissue and that. To me, they are now quite a bit closer than previously. All the other settings are the same. So the settings are: presence is 7, 2 o'clock, bass is 8, 3 o'clock, mids are 4, 11 o'clock, treble is 7, 2 o'clock, master 4, 11 o'clock, tone shift off, and the gain is at noon. So 5. And I feel I don't know how well it translates there, but the amp just, it kind of gets more juicier, like more everything without, I'm not really adding gain, I'm just, because now there's extra preamp tube, so more cascading gain stages. Let's compare it to the stock, you know, from 80s. These two, the bad boy and the little brother, if you followed my channel, done many videos, they are quite exceptional. They're like really hot without any mod. So these reissues, the 2203X and the Zakk Wylde with the Mr. Scary and Lynch mods, which both of these has, I'm able to get these two to be kind of like these, as you know, juicier. Obviously bit different sounds is different amps, I mean all 800s, but fantastic device, and I think it works really well on this one too. So, okay, enough yapping. 800, no, 2000, original 800 and the reissue. And the deep switch is on. Without the deep switch, this amp sounds quite thin to me. Yeah, I mean, it's not 800, but I feel it's a lot juicier now the amp. And so let's keep these settings like they are. So bass 8, mids 4, treble 7, master volume 4, gain at noon. And then let's tweak the, you know, let me turn this around. First, let me show you this. Let's try this all without SD. So now the SD is off, and 2000. Bit more presence and treble. A bit more mix. Quite close. Once more with the SD. These old ones are just wow. Okay. All right, now I'm gonna turn this around and let's play with the actual mod. All right, so here's the Mr. Scary mod. And if we turn the gain down, then it acts like it wouldn't be there. So you hear like turning it just to 9 o'clock and it adds like wow. You can add insane amounts of gain. Cool. Then let's check the deep switch. So now it's upper position, so it doesn't cut any lows. I think it actually adds a bit. Let's read from the manual that David provides. Deep switch, this control provides bass cut boost. Okay, so it's actually boosting a little bit of lows. When switching down position, low notes and corresponding bass response is tightened. In the up position, the low end is warmer with more depth. Yeah. And the gain now, when all the way off, the gain is at/near a unity gain, as if the mod was not in use. Okay? Okay, so it cuts lows, but now I have the SD1 on, because it cuts lows before. So let's take the SD1 off and increase gain, and let's see what happens. Because now the deep switch up, it's a little woo-woo. So let's put it down and increase gain here. If we put this up, way too much. So the deep switch works great because many people, like me, I like to use overdrive in front of any amp. I just like it's mostly the feel, how it makes me feel, how it makes me connected with the amp. By boosting the level up, adding tiny amount of drive, clipping circuit. So that's the thing I've been always doing. And my main overdrive, what I use the most, is Boss SD1. But I know many people don't prefer that. They prefer relying completely on the amp gain. It's completely different feel to me. And the sound, with this one, the D switch down, you can increase gain without the amp being muddy. And voila. And remember, I haven't tweaked any of the knobs on the front panel because, well, you know, I can't reach there. So this and the amp's tone controls, gain controls, they give you a lot of different options to really tweak your sound. So I think this is really cool, really easy. Like you saw how long it took me, 10 seconds to put that on. Amazing, you can just extend your amplifier's color palette, sound palette, so to say, becomes juicier. Like this reissue, I usually have, without the mod, the bass all the way up, lots of everything. Now the bass is 7, the presence 4, treble at noon, preamp volume is 7, master 3. So this way I'm able to, with the mod inside, I can have more low end if I want. Because usually without the mods, I always crank the low end on 800 because, you know, it doesn't go 11. But now it's on 7, so if I want, if I have a thin sounding guitar, or if I just want to have lots of low end, I can do that. So it makes the amp more versatile, like this one too. Okay, let's check out the clean tone. Now it's on, and let's put the deep switch back to up position, so no cut and no gain. Let's switch to the neck pickup, which is EMG S. This was 81. TSL clean channel is one of my favorite cleans ever. It's great. Okay, then let's start to add a little bit gain. Again, it adds more. It adds volume, yes, but it adds low and everything. Let's cut the lows. A bit thin, so let's keep it like this. Let's add chorus. So it works on clean channel when you dial the gain in just a little bit, like I did on the distorted channels too. So I think my favorite position with this amp, like with these two, is the gain at 9, the bass boosts up. That way it adds tiny bit of gain and quite a bit of everything else. So let's switch back to the crunch channel. And kick the SD1 on. Okay, SD off. Quite a different sound, fatter. The feel is really, really different to me. I prefer it like this. And then SD. There's still lows, but it's really tight, especially in the mix. It leaves room for bass guitar. Conclusion. Absolutely fantastic, easy to install modification to your tube amps. Originally, I think it was designed for JCM800s, which it works great, but it also works with JCM2000 TSL with this added, piece which is in there that you install, so you can put it in there, and it works on many other amps. Please don't ask me in the comments. I don't make these. I'm not an amp tech. I don't know. I'll put Legendary Tones website. There is info about all the amps it works and which version. Do you need the R version or the standard version? Because these old heads and reissues, they need different versions because of some technical stuff, which I don't know. But anyway, strong recommendation for these if you wanna just juice up your amp, or you can add insane amounts of gain if you want. Me personally, I don't need more gain. Just wanna juice the amps like this one a tiny bit. Like you heard, the clean channel kind of became alive. So this will stay here. Hey, hopefully you found this interesting and informative. Thanks for watching. Until next time, take care. Bye.